Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Sharmit. In this session, we are going to discuss about another topic related to journaling, or we can say related to journal receivers. Because today I am going to show you one query through which we can fetch various information related to the journal receivers, not only for your specific library but for the entire system. And this session is very important for project. Why? Because there are many scenarios in project where we at the time of doing analysis we need these information. We need some journal related information like where the receiver resides and what all when the receiver is attached, when the receiver is detached. So these are the all important information that we need during the analysis of any project. So that's why I'm saying that this query or this topic or this session is very important for project perspective. Okay, so let's discuss each and everything about this query, what all values we can fetch, how we can retrieve the data as per our need. Okay, but before that, let me show you one receiver first, because this receiver we will take as a reference to identify the information or to fetch the information from the server. So the query is work. Firstly, I'm just checking the object. So my receiver name is STUPF RCB, student PF RCB. Okay. Now I'm doing Sharmit one. So you can see this is object which resides in library Sharmit one, and the type is STRJRN RCB. Okay. So we will notice all the information for this specific receiver. Fine. Now what we will do, I'll show you the query. So query is select star from. Okay, let me trim this out because this is the specific query. Let me show you the actual query. Actual query is select star from qsys2 dot journal receiver info. Now there might be one question, what is qsys? So qsys2 is a library. If you check the object, it is a library which resides in library qsys, and it is a prod library for CPIs. Okay, if you take option 8 you will see system libraries for CPIs. So this is the library which provide us some information related to receivers. Now how to fetch that? To fetch that you can use this query select star from qsys2 dot journal underscore receiver underscore info. So what it will do, it will fetch all the journal related information, journal receiver related information. And there are many information in this query which we can use in programs as well. Let's say there are two there is one receiver which resides in both the library A and library B. Now in program you want, let's say if you have developed any application and there you want to perform specific task based on the library of your receiver. If receiver RCV1 resides in library 1, then perform some different thing, and when receiver RC1 present in library 2, then we are supposed to perform different thing. So in such conditions also this query is useful. We can simply use it in SQL program in order to fetch the information, and then on the basis of that information we can use the uh, program flow. We can change the program flow. Okay, so let's hit enter and see what all values we can fetch. So the moment when I hit enter, it show me this screen where we have various information like journal receiver library. Here, as I told you, it will show all the system values, right? Not a specific value. So you can see journal receiver library is numerics 2, different library. And one more thing, please don't change any of the value. Okay, because we are using public server, so it's our duty to use it carefully. Just focus on your own data, don't affect other datas. Okay, so here you can see for my case like library Sharmit 1, so I can fetch all the information for Sharmit 1 library. This is journal receiver library where this receiver resides, right? As I told you, we will focus on STUPF RCB, so this is our receiver. So it will provide all the information related to this receiver. these are also receivers which I have created previously. Okay, so here you can see the journal receiver library name, here you can see the journal receiver name, then we have descriptive text, then we have journal number, receiver ASP. If I do page up, journal receiver ASP name, this is journal receiver ASP number. Most of the information maybe you are not aware of at the moment because we are not using it, but later, let's say if there is any requirement where you heard about this thing, then you can simply use this query in order to fetch the data. Now I'm pressing shift F8 to check other details like threshold. By default threshold is this, right? But if you have customized it, then it will show that thing also. So let's say if someone asks you to check the threshold value of your receiver and you forgot what value you set at the time of declaring, then you can simply run this query and it will provide you the threshold information. Similarly, size, status, status online or status attached, both the information you can fetch from here, right? And if you press F1, it will show all the details regarding the query. This is just a help window. Okay, then we have number of journal entries, how many entries are there in the journal, first sequence number, last sequence number, maximum entry specific data length, maximum null values indicator, attach time. As I told you, attach time is very important, like when we have attached the receiver, when we have detached the receiver. Okay, same save timestamp when we save the data. So these all values are come from this query. Next journal receiver library, next journal receiver, what was the maximum size of the receiver. So all these information, if you press F8, it will shift F8, it will show all the information here. Like fixed length data include program library. If yes, then yes, otherwise no. Okay, so by doing shift F8, it will shift your columns toward right side and it will provide you all the related information for this query. Some of the values are maybe set as null because of it is not useful or it is not uh, supposed to be filled for the specific receiver you are looking for. That's why it is null. But if you are, let's say if some for some project you have utilized all these information, then it will provide the required information. So this is the one way. Now let's say if I want to check all the information related to my specific library. So what I can do, I can simply press F4 here on where condition, select the first column which is for journal receiver library, and here I can put the library name. So in my case, library name is Sharmit 1 and hit enter. So you can see it is showing me all those receivers which is present in my library Sharmit 1. Similarly, if you want to check for another library, then you can add one more in AND condition or condition, you can put the another library name. Okay, so this is the advantage. Now another thing is related to the field name. So let's say if you want to check more field names, take your cursor here on select fields, press F4 and it will provide you all the field details. To check field name, you can see this mark is showing that something is hidden. So in that case, you can put your cursor here, press shift F7 and it will show you, sorry, not shift F7, shift F8 and it will show you field, file and library names. Like field is journal receiver library, system field is journal receiver library, file is journal receiver info, library is qsys2. So all the information you can see. And if I do page down for any particular, let's say if I want to check for this, so I can press shift F8 and it will show all the information. Redirected receiver library, or the system field is redirect underscore lib. File is this, qsys is this, library is this. Okay, and another thing is related to the display. This thing we have already covered. Field name, right now for shift F7 it is showing field names, and if I press shift F7 again it is showing me this is the field name, and if press shift F7 it will show field. Okay, system field name, you can see these function keys are getting changed on pressing shift F7. So these are toggle. This is If you want to see display system field names, you can press Shift F7, and if you want to see again display field name, then you can press Shift F7. F20, I have already told you that we can press Shift, and this is not only for this specific query. You can use these functions keys for other query as well. Okay, so yeah, this is very important query, as I told you, for project perspective. So I hope it is clear to all of you. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.